we kind of made the decision as we got pulling some of the tops out, or the dead tops out of the potato buckets, that we were going to do this as kind of its own video. So we're going to go through and harvest the rest of our potatoes that we grew in the buckets. For the next round, we have a little red skin variety we don't know the name of. We have another variety that's called all blue and a variety called all red. So we're quite excited about them because they were a last minute purchase this spring. We wanted to give them a try. And then the other one we have is Austrian Crescent, which was another variety we're trying for the first time. And without any spoilers,
we're kind of going down the line of a lot of little gourmet potatoes because they're...
Well, we still have two, our main crop of russets to see how they do. Unlike some of the other vegetables, it's not too bad to have some different varieties. So, bucket one. You can see we dug a few up on the top, sort of as we were pulling pieces out, but you can see they're a little red skinned potato. Terrible so far.
They're kind of looking about the same caliber as the blues.
Well, there's a good chance that they're very similar to one another.
Okay, that's more than the blue ones.
More than the first blue bucket. So we think this is the bucket that we planted a little bit ahead of the other one, probably by a week or so. Just kind of the way things went.
They're a lot bigger.
They are bigger. Well, we were chatting on the first bucket that this may be a variety we don't continue with. We'll see. We're not getting a terrible number.
Looks like there's a nice big one in there hiding. There he is.
The best part of this is because we did have quite a bit of settlement with our raised beds. This is just more soil to add to them for next year.
Yeah, these ones just don't have the real nice coloring even. There's our haul so far from our two buckets. And like we say, this year was trying kind of a bunch of different potatoes to make some decisions, wasn't it?
Basically.
Oh, there's a bunch of little guys at the end there. That bucket's a lot wetter.
Yeah, interestingly enough.
Oh, there's a big one. I see it. I see it right there.
A couple of them in the bottom.
Mm-hmm. So there's our red potato haul. Little, I shouldn't say red potato. They're this red-skinned potato. I don't know. What is that? That's probably, I don't know.
I don't have a good concept.
4 pounds maybe? Maybe 3. We can weigh it when we go in.
Well, we're going to keep them all separate, so.
Yeah. Either way, it's a decent little haul for a nice...
for 2 buckets.
Yeah. We only did 2 buckets of it to try it, and now we know, and...
So next is one of our 2 buckets that we planted with the all blue potatoes, which are quite blue. It's supposed to be blue on the inside, although we've never actually eaten them, so...
And you pulled up quite a few just pulling out the dead stalks.
Yeah, these all came up from just pulling the stalks up, so I'm interested to see what's a little deeper. What's that? Oh.
They're harder to see. They're almost black. They're very dark.
I was going to say, so this is our second bucket of all blues, and same thing, there was quite a few came up.
When we pulled the plant out. See if this one's the same. The first bucket was a lot on top and very little down in the bottom. And one thing I'm wondering, we've been watching another channel on YouTube, Guten Gardening. We'll put a link below to his channel. And he's been posting about his potatoes and sweet potatoes and such. And he had mentioned something in his sweet potato video about making sure it was very soaked. They did what did he say he did? A slow soak on them in the first early stages to get the roots down. And I wonder if that's potentially where we went wrong with these, is they just were too dry and the roots just didn't seem to go down. There was, like we said, a lot of plants at the top, but not further in once you got in. It was that excitement and promising beginning, only to be disappointed in the end.
Well, it's definitely not disappointment.
No, but it's still food.
Well, we'll do a, minus our russets, we'll do a little thing at the end and show kind of everything we got from all of the potato harvest so far.
Well, we ate some of our blue-skinned ones, but
not too many though. Most of them are still there.
The few that are at the bottom are growing to a very nice size, though. I will show that. See the big ones on the top there? Those are the ones that Chris has pulled out from lower down, and like they were a nice size for a little decorative type potato, but I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be bigger than that. So from our testing out of 2 tubs of the all blue, that's what we got. I think that's even less than the Redskins.
They may be better in the ground.
We're going to have a lot of black totes with nothing to grow in them.
No, sweet potatoes, because they do well in the black totes.
They just didn't do as well this year. So we're on to our all red potato buckets. Again, we've got 2 of them to harvest. A promising start.
Bonus to these is, unlike the all blues, these are a lot easier to see.
They're very pretty colored. I will give them that.
Bucket number 2 of the all reds. So far so good.
Famous last words.
Well, it's got time to change. That being said, these have done a lot better than the other red variety. Still, I would say the all reds are probably outproduced the
all blues.
Yeah. Under the same conditions.
Well, and they were both planted, same basic number of potatoes per bucket. Planted side by side, same conditions, so.
Yeah, they definitely produced more and overall bigger potatoes than the all blues did. Which basically leaves us with the Austrian crescents. So we did actually end up with 4 tubs of them, so I'm imagining that the harvest will be larger. But we'll go and take a look at them and see, sure, the overall harvest, sorry. But we'll go and see at least. This is our Austrian crescents. We basically had the exact same thing, where when we pulled things up, quite a few came up with it, so we'll see what's underneath.
Judging by everything so far, I'm going to bet there's not much under. That's a nice one. Oh, look at our stupid chickens. Yeah, see? She has to be on top of the building. Chickens. These ones are looking like they may be a little more promising. I'm really hoping we can fill that silver bucket with 4 totes of potatoes.
So far, so good.
Yeah, these ones are going to be keepers.
It's a little hard to tell here based on this, but that is after 1 bucket with these Austrian crescents, so they are pretty prolific from the looks of it. So we'll see what the second bucket amounts to here in a moment. So here, roosters. So here we are after emptying bucket number 2, and we've essentially filled this this bucket. It's not a bad size one. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's probably double what we've got from the other varieties we've harvested, and obviously we've got 2 more buckets to go and check out, so we'll see what we end up with in the end. So here's sort of the result of our Austrian crescent harvest. So this bucket is, again, it's hard to tell here, but this is the bucket from the first 2 that bins that we harvested, and here's the bucket from the second one. So we're going to weigh these, but I'm kind of guessing the first 2 buckets were a little more productive than the second 2 buckets. Anyways, we'll weigh all these potatoes here in a minute and see what we ended up with. So we are back in the house. It's a little dark in here, but That's unfortunately the problem with fall. Gets dark early. And this is our potato harvest from our tubs. So we have one more go outside, but we're basically going to go through and weigh these. So we've got that centered. We'll start with the all blues and just see what they end up as here.
So 3 pound, 13 ounces basically.
So that was from 2 buckets. And there wasn't that many potatoes in each bucket. I don't remember exactly, but we're going to cut one open and see because we've never opened them up yet.
Oh, look at that.
They are all blue.
Those are neat.
That's cool.
So I think we've decided these are definitely keepers. We're going to try again, putting some in the ground and some in buckets and see. They did
see how that goes.
Grow okay, but we didn't try them in multiple different scenarios.
So we'll do that next year. So that's the all blues. So next, we'll do the all reds.
Just over 5 pounds.
So they did significantly better.
For same time frame, same amount of plants in 2 buckets. The reds, well, we knew that when we harvested them. You could tell there was more. Is that a good yield or not? I don't know. I would have thought they would have been bigger. We did get a few that were
decent size.
Nice size, but
We'll do the reveal and see what they look like on the inside.
oh, not as oops,
Not
I
nearly
got
as
duck on it.
they are reddish, but not nearly as red.
Yeah, when I saw the skins, I thought for sure they were going to be.
Still not a bad variety though. We'll see what they taste like.
No.
But
So there's our,
comparatively,
but the all blue are very impressive.
very blue.
Now, what do you want to do? The blues?
We'll do the blue skin ones next. So the blue skins we harvested a couple weeks ago.
We've
never actually
2
weighed
buckets
them.
of
We have
these,
2 buckets.
so just under 5 pounds.
That one. Now we didn't separate these 2 containers that we have here. So I forget, was it 6?
And we had 5 black buckets were planted with these. So the blue skin did not do as well. Sorry, and that one is 5 pound 9 ounces. So in total, not quite 11 pounds. So 10 3/4.
Not bad.
Definitely, we have planted these in the ground previously, and I mean, this was the average size of those ones that we planted in the ground. So we're not giving up on these because we did like them previously.
I think we've kind of made the decision though that
they're going to be in the ground.
The blue skin variety does better in the ground. We know that now.
So as you can see, they're
They're
not
quite like a yellowy white on the inside.
Yeah,
which is quite
but
nice.
they still look very pretty, and you just buff them up, leave the skin on when you cook, which is quite nice.
So these are the little variety of the red skin that we had that we don't know what they're called.
4 pounds 12 ounces.
It's actually not bad, but we think this year
That was 2 buckets, and one was planted very late.
Yeah.
So they actually performed better than the all blues, and pretty much the same as the all reds, for just kind of thrown in last minute.
Yeah.
Again, they're similar variety to our blue skinned in the sense that, like, previously they'd been kind of that size.
This is the variety that's on the fence as to whether we're going to plant again next year or not. But when you actually look at it that way, that wasn't.
But it's the same
kind of yellowy
inside
flesh.
is the.
So
That's them.
And then our fingerlings. So we'll do the. We did keep this. We did keep these separate. So I'll pass you that one. This is from the 2 buckets that yielded a little lower.
So 4 pound 2 ounce.
So this bucket, or these 2 buckets, sorry, were planted about a week after? Week and a half after?
These were about a week and a half after the other 2 buckets.
And
same amount of plants.
Oh, I don't even think I can
Or
lift
same
that.
amount of seed potatoes.
One hand. So this is the other bucket.
Oh, let's move that one. So this one, we are almost 9 pound 13 ounces. So
we were very impressed with this variety.
and again, like we said, same amount, but you're almost up. Well, you are more than double the amount.
So we're not 100% sure why two
Some of
buckets
them-
did so much better, other than potentially the first two, which is these ones, were planted about a week and a half before this group. That's about the only
soil
difference.
mixture's the same, everything. They all got watered together. So.
They even were literally right beside each other.
Yeah.
So the
Could have
conditions are the
just been
same, but
could have been the seed potatoes though, right? Because this was one bag of seed potatoes. That was another, because these were bought ones. We had never. This is kind of an experiment
their grand total for these
for
varieties.
the cut decorative. This does not include our russet potatoes.
No, our russets have yet to be harvested.
So 33.14, so 34, so 38 pounds of fancy potatoes, I'll call them. 38 pounds in total. Now, but saying that, money spent, each of those blue potatoes, those were 3 pounds of seed potatoes. The all blues and all reds we bought 3 pounds. So we didn't really get much more than what we bought. But we still like the result, so we're going to try again. The fingerlings, again, we bought 4 pounds of them. Now they really, like, from 4 pounds, you've got almost 4 times that, so that's not bad. But what are they, $6.99 a bag?
Yeah, they were about $7.
Yeah, so if you consider that we spent roughly, okay, the blues and the redskins were from our own, and then we just had a few that we added. But when you consider if we spent $7 on all the seed potatoes, 7 cents, so that's $35 on potatoes to grow these potatoes. They're still going to taste better in store-bought.
Well, I think for us the big thing next year will be to try to get more of them in the ground. So we'll see how our russet harvest goes. It'd be nice to get a bit bigger harvest next year, but still not disappointed.
38 pounds.
38 pounds of potatoes so far. Anyways, that's that.
That is.